Hey guys, thanks for tuning into this video. I forgot to mention that my Amazon giveaway is still going on, so make sure to check out the details down below and to be subscribed to enter to win one of 2 Amazon $50 gift cards. And with all that being said, let's get started with this video.
Hey, I'm Cassie. In 2020, I moved my life from New York City to Shanghai, China in the middle of a pandemic. Subscribe to catch up on expat living and solo travel.
Good morning guys. Today is officially day 1 of my journey to Asia, and I wish you could see my face behind the mask right now, but I am so excited and I'm so happy. Got to the airport at like 6:15, but we almost got into a car accident on the way here. Luckily I'm fine. But then once I got to the airport, I was really surprised because despite all the COVID stuff, I'm really happy that everybody was masked. But it's really hard to stay 6 feet apart, especially when you have like hundreds of people that are trying to get to their destinations. So getting through the bag checking process and security definitely took longer than I thought. The gate itself has very few people, so everyone's just spaced out, using their phones and having some coffee. So I finally landed in SF, and right now it's like 12 p.m. and I'm really lucky because I was able to get into my hotel room a little bit early before check-in, which I'm super grateful for. Everything went really smoothly this morning for my flight. We left a little bit late, but we still were able to get into SF early, and I felt really safe despite everything going on with the pandemic because everybody had masks on, and they also left the middle seat empty for every single row. So really, like, overall everything went fine, and I'm just really happy that I got here safe. If you guys have been watching the news, California has been hit really hard with wildfires this year. I'd read articles that said that there were certain areas where the sky literally looked orange because of all the pollution from the fires. But right now, looking out my window, it is still kind of like a gloomy, cloudy, foggy day in SF, and there does seem to be a little bit of a yellow tint to everything. But I'm not seeing orange skies. So this is the view from my hotel window, and I don't know if you guys can tell, but there's a little bit of like a yellowish tint in the whole like air like around my hotel, and I was noticing it even as I was coming here. So it's a little later in the afternoon, and oh my god, look at these Gucci bags. It's a bit too like gloomy and just kind of foggy for me to want to go out and do something really far from my hotel. So instead, I'm just walking along the water, which is really pretty, and I'm gonna get some dinner. Good morning guys, it's 7 a.m. and today is my second day of travel from the US to Asia. And today is going to be a very long day. Today is going to be my longest flight from SF to Korea, which is going to be 15 hours. And then I have a 2-hour layover before a quick 2-hour flight from Korea to Shanghai. This is real. This is happening. This is definitely going to be a massive, massive flight. I don't think that there's going to be any seats separating people. There are literally people with hazmat suits and like face shields, and I am the least PPE'd out of everyone. Hey guys, it's about a week later, and right now I'm in quarantine. As I'm editing this video, I realized that I didn't film as much as I would have liked for the second half of my Asia flight. The main reason for that is because it was quite a long journey, so honestly towards the end I was pretty fatigued and filming was the last thing on my mind. And also as we were disembarking, I was really focused on making sure that I got through customs successfully, that there were no issues with getting into quarantine. So I do apologize, but that was sort of my main focus at the time. So first of all, there was a layover in Korea, and the reason I didn't film as much of it is because nothing really happened. What I didn't realize was that this layover was a mechanical layover, so it meant that we all stayed on the plane, and they just had a change in flight crew, and they probably reloaded the plane with some supplies. During those 2 hours, nothing much really happened. You just stayed on the plane and you could continue watching movies, you could stand if you wanted to, you could grab snacks from the flight crew, but we just kind of hung out for 2 hours. Now, the flight from Korea to Shanghai was the last leg of our very long journey, and this was actually the portion that I was most nervous about because this is where we would have to disembark. Now, disembarking the plane, I was definitely in a bit of a haze because I had only slept a couple of hours here and there during the entire journey. So I didn't get a full night's rest, and because of that, I was just sort of in a little bit of a bubble. From what I remember, we had landed, and at that point, they had a very controlled process of making sure that everybody got off of the flight in sections so that they would have the appropriate time to process everyone as they got into country. This is the part where it was really important that you had all of your paperwork regarding your pre-flight COVID test, as well as your health forms, your health declaration forms, your visas, your passports, as well as your residency paperwork. The actual process was pretty straightforward, but I'd say one of the most important things is making sure that your phone is functional, not just for translating purposes, but also because the disembarking process has a couple of QR codes which contain the forms that you need to fill out for this disembarking process. Then after you do all of your health paperwork and your COVID testing, the second part has to do with your residency and where you're going to be quarantining. The process was really streamlined. It was really straightforward in that you would just follow the crowd, and most importantly, it was really thorough. After going through this process, I definitely feel very safe living here in Shanghai because I know that every single foreigner who enters this country has to go through that whole process, and it gives me peace of mind knowing that every single preventative tool is being used. Thank you guys for watching my latest video. If you like what you saw, make sure to subscribe down below and to hit the bell notification icon so that you can catch up with all of my expat adventures. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.